Hey, what's up, world? It's your boy G Sharp, everybody favorite baby daddy, voice of the street, man. And today we go be in Florida with it, y'all. So hit that like button, y'all. Subscribe to the channel, hit that hype button, and let's get right into it. Now we gonna be covering the YNW Melly trial, y'all. Y'all know they took him to trial and Borlen to trial, right? Let me explain what just happened, right? Now, YNW Melly, y'all, his new case, the second one, just got found in a hung jury again. That means they could not convict him again, y'all. 12 people in the room and they still couldn't come up to convict him. Last time they had 12, they had 11 to convict and one holdout. Even with this case, they only need just one holdout. They don't say who it was yet, but they held out, right? But check this out. YNW Borlen, y'all, he just took a cop out. They say he was facing 5 life sentences, and they offered to give him 15 years, y'all. And then he even broke it down from the 15 to just 10 years. He not already did too. They go give him time served for that. And he don't have to plead or none of that, but they did say he gonna have to plead to a profit deal at the end of all this. He got to answer some questions. They just gonna make him tell what really happened, y'all. Now, they ain't gonna make him get on the stand. They just need that ammunition, y'all, to work against YNW Melly. It might be over for him unless they decide to come with a sweet cop out deal for Melly the same way. They want Melly so bad, y'all. I think they gonna retry this boy a third fucking time. Because even after the case was held in the hung jury, they still didn't let him go. They still won't give him a bond. Come on, man. What the fuck? 2 times? Why don't y'all just throw the towel in and let the man go? But they know he guilty or they assume it, y'all. It's all alleged, but they cannot prove it. I done heard the police say this a lot. It's not what you know, it's what you can prove. And it seemed like they ain't been able to prove shit, y'all. Let me show you this.
We begin with a stunning development in the double murder trial of YNW Melly.
After days of deliberations, the jury was deadlocked, leading the judge to declare a mistrial. And local 10 Joseph Ojo was at the courthouse in Fort Lauderdale with reaction. And what happens next? And decisions ending after 3 days, with the jury not able to come up with a unanimous decision to decide the fate of YNW Melly.
My sound was too quiet.
After considering all the facts, jurors in YNW Melly's double murder trial unable to come up with a unanimous decision Saturday. On Friday, they asked for cell phone records and told the judge they were deadlocked. Melly's defense team thanking the jury for their efforts throughout the trial, but adding they were expecting a different result.
We are somewhat disappointed that Melly is not walking out the door with us.
Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of murdering Christopher Thomas Jr. and Anthony Williams in October of 2018. Surveillance video shows the group leaving a Fort Lauderdale recording studio that night, and prosecutors say Melly shot and killed Williams and Thomas soon after.
Jamel Demons was sitting in the back seat of that Jeep, and he was the one that fired the fatal shots that killed Christopher Thomas and Anthony Williams.
Investigators believe Melly and another friend then drove the car to a secluded part of Miramar, where they are said to have staged a drive-by shooting to use as a cover story. But Melly's defense team has maintained there are major holes in the state's case, even bringing their own witness who said Melly learned about the murders at the same time as the rest of their friend group.
There's a lack of evidence, there is a conflict in the evidence, and the evidence itself, and the investigation itself stinks.
And the jury did have a chance to decide on a lesser charge. This case will be retrialed, so we will keep you updated. We're here in Fort Lauderdale. I'm Joseph Ojo.
Now, y'all did hear that at the end of the news segment when they said they had a chance to offer YNW Melly a lesser plea, right? So we go see if that plea anything like Borlen plea. This is what they offered Borlen, y'all.
Nothing but the truth? You can put your hand down. Please state your full name. How old are you? How far did you go in school? Do you read and understand the English language? Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol? Have you ever been treated for a mental illness? Are they giving you any medication in the jail right now? How are you feeling this afternoon? Your head is clear? You understand what's going on this afternoon? You understand you're resolving 2 pending felony cases this afternoon. Mr. Haddad or Mr. Nascimento, have you seen or heard Mr. Henry say or do anything which would call into question in your mind whether you understand what's going on?
Nothing at all. Go ahead.
All right, so Mr. Henry, it's 2 cases, sir. I'm going to go one at a time. In case number 19-1871 CF10A, this is before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state. You were charged as follows. Counts 1 and 2 is murder in the first degree with a firearm. Those are capital offenses. The maximum and mandatory penalty is life in Florida State Prison. Counts 3 and 4 are accessory after the fact to murder in the first degree. Those are each first degree felonies. The maximum penalty is 30 years in Florida State Prison. In case number 23-10643 CF10A, you're charged in count 1, tampering with a witness in a capital felony. That is punishable by life in Florida State Prison. Count 2, directing the activities of a criminal gang. That's a first degree felony. Again, punishable up to life in Florida State Prison. Count 5 is conspiracy to commit tampering. Again, as it relates to a first degree murder charge, that is punishable by a maximum penalty of life in Florida State Prison. And count 7, unlawful use of a two-way communication device as charged. That's a second degree felony. The maximum penalty is 15 years in Florida State Prison.
1 + 1 is...
Now listen, y'all. Y'all heard some of it. Now listen to the end of this. What they say he got to do in a week to get this played. Just listen to this.
Again, before the agreement you made with the state, before the deal you made with the state, your maximum exposure here was life in Florida State Prison, followed by 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 75 years in Florida State Prison. Sir, do you understand all the pending charges and the maximum possible penalties involved? And it's my understanding that you want to resolve both cases today. Is that correct? Yes. And that resolution is an agreement you've reached with the state, the terms of which are as follows. Number 1, in the 19 case, you're going to plead no contest to both counts of accessory after the fact. In the 23 case, you're going to plead no contest to all 4 counts as charged. In exchange for that, the state is going to null process, that is, drop the 2 first-degree murder cases.
Look at that.
I'm going to adjudicate you guilty. Yes, sir. What's happening with that?
That would be no problem.
So he's only going to plead to the tampering with a witness in a capital felony, conspiracy to commit tampering, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device?
Just the tampering and unlawful use.
Just count 1 and count 7. State, you're going to null process count 2 and count 5.
Correct.
As it relates only to Mr. Henry. Okay. So, Mr. Henry, what it's going to be is 2 counts of accessory after the fact, tampering with a witness in a capital felony, and unlawful use of a two-way communication device. In exchange for that, I'm going to adjudicate you guilty on the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count. I'm going to sentence you to 10 years in Florida State Prison. That will be followed by 6 years of reporting probation. In the unlawful use of a two-way communication device, that's a second-degree felony. The maximum exposure. It's a second as charged, I believe. It's a third, except as it relates to a capital case. But I'm happy to look it up. Well, what did you want the negotiated sentence to be for that?
That was just going to be the maximum time served.
5 years? Is that what you were going to do?
Correct, Your Honor.
Okay. All right, so, sir, as to that count, it's going to be adjudication of 5 years in Florida State Prison. So the 2 accessory counts as well as the tampering count, those come with 6 years of reporting probation after the Department of Corrections sentence.
Now, let me just say this, y'all. I don't see how much power they have, y'all, where they could just throw out the whole murder and just say, fuck it, we want you to do this. It is you facing life And they got the power to just stop it when they want to. But they won't do that. You know what I mean? If y'all can't convict the boy, you can't convict him. And with this situation right here, they getting him to cop out and giving him a sweet deal. What you gonna do for Melly? Y'all can't prove it yet. And then this is another thing the judge say. You already pled guilty. Whatever you tell them has nothing to do with you pleading guilty. It can't change the fact. So that means, y'all, he can go in there and pull the little Woody and play dumb as a motherfucker, and they can't do nothing because he already took the time. It's on record. They can't change it. Him sitting down and agree to talk to them, they hoping they get just a little bit of information because they got enough, but they don't have the motive, right? The motive is the main thing because they trying to say, why would he kill them? Y'all didn't even seem like y'all was arguing coming out the place or nothing. Why would you just all of a sudden kill your friends? You take off and ride, you know what I mean? And all of a sudden they end up dead. And it seemed like YNW Melly was closer to Sack Chase and Juvie, y'all. We hadn't really heard too much of Borlen. Then, okay, if he did that, what make Borlen so solid where he'll say, okay, you can kill two of my friends. I help you cover it up. You know what I mean? That's crazy, y'all. That's crazy. Let me know what y'all gonna think, y'all, because it's getting close to time for my ride to pull up. And I got to get ready to go. I just wanted to bring y'all a little information early this morning. It's your boy G Shrimp, everybody favorite baby daddy, voice of the street. I'm gonna punch and not dig you later. I'll see y'all again when I get back this afternoon. I'm out.